All right, you can see me clear now, right?
Yeah.
Lit, man, lit. Okay, perfect, bro. This is sick. This is sick. I wasn't expecting to have you on today, so it's dope to check in with you.
So yeah, I be checking your shit out. I've been seeing your shit. Like even before I seen you talk about like the no limit shit. That's really what like caught my attention. I'm like, because I've been hearing your name. Like I heard Adam mention you, I heard a couple people, but I thought you was one of them pages that just talk about who killed who. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't watching that. But then when I seen I'm like, oh no, he really just giving an understanding of what's going on.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I feel like there's hella these pages, the who killed who pages, and like I don't know, man. I feel like most of them are just like copycats. Like they just steal other people's content. They're just kind of like just stealing stuff to try and make money. Basically, a lot of those channels, you know what I mean? But I think there's a lot of
Yeah.
people that like really care about the scene, like really care about the culture and all the shit going on. And I feel like what I'm saying. There's only a few people like that, but I'm glad that you're enjoying my stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I seen Cairo felt some type of way about it.
Bruh, I don't know what to take seriously when it comes to Cairo, bro. That guy's funny, man.
Yeah.
But he's a legend, man. I mean, Cairo's an interesting guy, right? Because like, you did that interview with Cairo, that kind of like, set the internet on fire. But like, he's been a big figure in Chicago for years, and then it just seems like since he did that interview, he's just been like become this like big internet personality. You see him like doing his vlog out in Egypt and stuff.
It's like he like a celebrity now for real. Like when I seen a video, he went to the United Center and the people was yelling at him like he was a rapper or an NBA player walking through the stadium. I'm damn like that shit
Bro,
crazy.
he needs his own like TV show or something, man. Like I know he's posting his vlogs. His vlogs are so entertaining, bro. But like I don't know, that guy needs to get a deal or like a talk show or something because that guy's hilarious, bro. He's got so much personality.
Yeah, it's a lot of money he could make. I feel like he might limit himself though, because he might think a lot of stuff might be goofy or like when I'm been in the streets, he might not, but it's a lot of money he can make.
Hell yeah,
Like
man. He seems like he's thing with Cairo. I'm not trying to say anything too policey, but like what I'm saying. That guy's been dripped out for years. Like he's not a rapper, but like bro, that guy's Amiri head to toe every time I see him in something. So what I'm saying.
yeah,
Whatever
be having
whatever
his shit
he's
on.
doing good.
Yeah. I
But
could tell. I could tell. That's why he don't really care about the YouTube too much. But I be trying to tell him. I know other people probably tell him too. Like, do that because you might look at it like a side hustle now or small things now, but this can be life changing, just like that, like overnight. Sometimes, like
yeah, for real, man. I
there's
mean that guy
people
like
making 1 million a month off of YouTube.
yeah, bro, that's crazy, bro. I'm trying to get to that point, bro. Shit is crazy. Like, I met with academics the other day. That was like the first time meeting Ack, and like, how that guy gets it. Like, it's just super inspiring, bro. Like, even just meeting him is
Yeah,
crazy,
yeah. Act got a different fan base. That shit crazy.
bro. It's
I
crazy,
be
like,
seeing the influence he got.
bro. Like from the War in Chirac days, like I was rewatching a lot of his old Chirac content the other day, and man, that guy has just been like, he's like been doing this through like so many different eras in hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I remember seeing the War on Chirac. Like we used to think that he was out here in Chicago. We didn't know who he was.
Really? You actually thought like he
Yeah,
was out there just chilling?
because he was saying too much shit that we knew he wasn't chilling, but we just was like, he knowing a little too much. Like like the drill scene was fairly new, so like nowadays it's regular for people to be super fans of the culture and know this and know who did this and that. But back then it's like this was all new, it's unheard of. Nobody really paid that much attention. So when he did, it's like, is he the police? Is he a agent? Like we just confused. Like where did he come from? Like what is he doing and how does he know? But it's really from the internet. The same way you do your job and see what you see, everybody telling themselves and then blame the people that repost.
Damn, that's interesting. So you're saying like, back in like 2014 when he was doing War in Chirac, like you guys, people from Chicago, like legit, you thought like this guy must be from around here.
Hell yeah.
Damn, that's crazy,
Either
man.
that or people telling him stuff.
Hmm.
Cause like everything might not be true, or 100% spot on, but you saying enough things that's like nobody, you wouldn't expect nobody from Jersey or New York to be knowing that.
That's the thing people say about me a lot. Like people always hit me with like, they're just like, bro, how do you know all this stuff? Like, who do you know here? And it's like, bro, I'm just on Google going crazy. Like, all the info's out there. You know what I mean? Like, if there's a situation where somebody got killed, like, 10 dudes have probably made a video about it already. You know what I mean? So it's like, but that's the age we're living in, bro. The internet's powerful, man.
You remind me of what's his name? I think it's, I don't know how to say it. Nod War. You know what I'm
Oh yeah, Nardwar, yeah.
talking about? He be knowing everything.
Bro, I looked up to him a lot, man. He kind of like, I don't know, man. When I was first coming through on YouTube, like, his interviews were just crazy, man. Always looked up to what he did. Like, bro, just knowing everything.
That's
That's
one
my,
person I don't know nothing about him though. Like I noticed that like he don't like maybe it's just that I don't follow him or something like that, but I don't see anything like about his personal life. And I kind of like that because like as a business, it's like you're supposed to be your business anyway. Like
yeah, for real, man. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I feel like he's probably one of those people, like, I'm probably like that, where it's like, my personal life is actually not interesting at all. So it's like, there ain't even much to, like, be interested in. I think, like, Nardwar, like, I think he was just, a dorky, like, reviewer. Like, he just would review, like, different musicians for years. I swear there's like some old clip of him meeting like Kurt Cobain or something, like from Nirvana, or just people from like years ago, bro. That guy's been around for like decades. It's crazy.
it seemed like he get interviews a lot of people don't be able to get to. Like I think I don't know if he had somebody like Lil Wayne. He
Mm.
probably didn't, but like people of that caliber though, like the legends. Or I noticed like people like Young Thug, you won't see him doing like a Vlad or something like that,
Mm.
but you would catch him on his channel.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. I remember when Adam caught Young Thug. I think it was at a festival. It might shit, man. I don't know what. It might have been in the UK or something. But I remember Thug did a No Jumper interview just like out at the festival, and that was like a huge deal because you just don't really see Thug talking to people.
Yeah. I
Um,
wonder why they don't certain people don't do interviews. I wonder if it's like they feel like they don't need it because they passed like a certain level. But then you look at people like 50 Cent, he's still doing them to this day. But he probably be doing it to promote his other businesses, like the shows and stuff. Because I look at people like Dirk, I rarely see him do interviews.
hmm.
A lot of rappers they kind of stay away from it. It seems like once they get to a certain level.
I feel like at a certain level, it's like, man, it's almost like when you got rappers and they're releasing albums, and they want every album to hit harder than the last one. I feel like you get artists that get to a certain level, and it's like, they don't want to do another interview unless it's the biggest one. Like, I mean, it's almost like Drake. Like, you don't really see Drake doing interviews, but then he did that one big like the Rap Radar interview, and then like
Yeah.
that was huge. I don't know if he ever did a full length interview again after that, or like a major one, but like, yeah, it's almost like, bro, once you've done like a big major interview, it's kind of like you've either got to top it or just not bother. It's like,
I ain't gonna lie. That's how I felt after the Cairo show. I'm like, damn, what the fuck can I do next? Like,
bro, that was a huge moment, man. That was a huge moment. Like, I remember when that happened, and just like everyone was just talking about it. Like, I was seeing clips of that Cairo interview everywhere. Like, I was already looking into the whole No Limit story, like the whole thing. But then that dropped, and it was just like, bro, it just changed everything, bro. Like that. What was it like for you, like being in Chicago and shit like that's going down? Like, you're dropping an interview like that. Obviously, in the interview, he kind of calls out Herb, so it's like your name must have been ringing like crazy, even more than usual, like during that time, no?
yeah, but I was really like shocked, just as shocked as everybody else. Like, I didn't know that was gonna be a 3 hour interview.
Hmm.
I had a flight to catch the next morning, but it was just so good. It was like that was like I left at like 4 or 5 in the morning. Like that interview was late. So, but it was like, damn, it's so good. I can't leave now. But like, I just expected to do an interview and he talk about what happened at McDonald's because everybody wanted to know what happened there.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking that like that's the big moment.
Hmm.
Like that's gonna be the final thing at the end that everybody want to know that I'm gonna reveal. And it turns out there's so much in between that I then forgot about the McDonald's story. Like I asked about that so late on because I could tell like from his energy that he was throwing out things like he would say situations at first and not mention her, but another, but he'd say like rappers, I don't like rappers, and this and that. And her one of my favorite rappers, so I pay attention to him. So like I look and I'd be like, damn, I don't be seeing her with him and this and that no more. Like, and I used to always see them together. So I used to think like, do they like each other, this and that? So when he started saying that, and then my own like slight speculations, I started digging deeper, and then I started seeing like, oh, is he really like he feels some type of way? But before then, I didn't know because they kept it under wraps for the most part. Like anybody that felt some type of way, that's one thing I noticed with No Limit. It don't seem like they like everybody do internet stuff from time to time, but it seems like they move a little different for the most part. Like they not always like out in what they got going on.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, man, that's crazy. I guess like you're right, man. I mean, it's almost like, it was kind of even surprising to hear Cairo talking about the McDonald's shit. Like, you know, it's obviously that's what people want to hear and be asked about, but at the same time, like, there's no guarantee he's going to open up and talk about it. But like, I mean, that interview was like what 2 hours 40. Like, you got him talking about every single like the whole journey. Like I say, like I was researching No Limit, and then that dropped, and that was damn near like just like a whole other world of information. You know what I'm saying? Every aspect of like the whole drama with those guys. But like, yeah, man, that must have been a crazy moment for you to just have him open up about so much shit.
It's so crazy. He actually had more to say. I didn't realize it till when we left the interview and we talked. He was like, I could have said more. I'm damn. What more?
Mm,
I did. It was like, why you even say it? But fuck it,
yeah,
it did what it did, regardless.
bro.
But that interview was different because when I dropped it, I noticed like no matter what I did, every video was going up. So I started dropping like multiple videos all at the same time just to see like what would happen. And
mm,
I'm like, damn, this is shit. All just doing this.
yeah, bro.
I
Some of
was
those
I was
some of
I
those
was
clips must have been booming, man. You'd like, that was like damn near 3 hours of just Cairo like spitting.
that interview still like do numbers today. Like when I
Bro,
look at
I feel like
usually
content like
older
that
videos slow down.
content like that, bro. I feel like when you get, I feel like it's the same for me. Like, I'll make certain videos. Like, you probably got certain interviews that like you drop them and they kind of, they do something for a few days and then kind of drop off. Like, but like stuff
Yeah,
like that, like, that Cairo interview, bro. That like impacted the culture so much. Like, people can be watching that for like 10 years, bro.
yeah. That's what people were saying, and I never looked at it that way. But once I seen the reaction, then I start thinking like maybe this bigger than what I'm thinking. Like even leaving there, I didn't think that. I just thought like I got a good interview.
Hmm.
Like I'm thinking like yeah, it's gonna go viral. I'm thinking make a few thousand off of it,
Hmm.
hopefully.
Yeah,
And then I seen it, and I'm like, this ain't in. I'm still surprised when I look at it. It's like it's nothing like what I expected.
bro.
But that just showed me that the power of YouTube, like what could happen if you work and get the right stories or get the right content. Like it
For
don't
real,
matter
man. No, that
how
was
many subscribers, nothing. Like it's just I learned that from the beginning though, that you don't gotta have a lot of subscribers to get a lot of views.
hmm,
You could just gotta have the right content and catch the audience. Because when my channel first started, I think I remember I had like 10,000 subscribers and was looking at people with 100,000 and the numbers was the same. And I'm like, how? But somebody explained to me like when you got fresh new subscribers, they active. Like this person got 100,000, but they probably been doing this for 10 years. And half of their audience probably not even the audience no more. And
yeah. Like subscribers is like, it's kind of like a false metric to look at. People always are like, yo,
yeah,
is this guy got a mil subs or whatever? But it's like, man, the actual views that you're doing on a day-to-day basis and like the watch time, like that's so much more important, bro. There's people with like a couple 100K subs doing huge numbers, and there's people with like 5 million subs doing nothing. So You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's about how active you are on the platform.
Yeah, I feel like the subscribers just like look good. Like,
It's a
like it helps, of
flex.
course, because there's more people that's gonna get a notification and it's a bigger following. But it don't matter if it's not performing.
Yeah, it's true. That clout can get you like to the next level. You know, it can get. I mean, I guess for you too. Like, you know, your thing is obviously you're solidified now, but like when you were first starting out, you know, you probably had to really convince people to like do an interview or like to rock with you.
Surprisingly, nah. Like surprisingly, the my start, I could honestly say I was blessed. Like
Hmm.
my first interview was Taste 100, and we friends. That's my homie, so that wasn't an issue to get. Like he came home from jail, we did that, and I honestly did it just thinking like I'm gonna get some clout, like we gonna get some views. I'm thinking I'm gonna get 10,000, 30,000 views if I'm lucky, and I'm happy. Like, all right, we went viral. That's what I'm thinking in my head, and I seen the reaction. I'm like, damn, like I might really can turn this into something. And then my second interview was this guy named PBG Chemo, and then Vaughn was the third.
Mm.
So those three interviews was like started off strong. Like, and honestly, after I worked with Vaughn, a lot of people just wanted to work with me. Like
Mm.
even way before he was like a star. Like he just like they was like, oh, he got Vaughn on now. I gotta go in there and talk my shit now. Like Vaughn, one of Vaughn ops told me to work with him. That's the crazy thing. Like that's
No
how
way.
that's how like solidified his name was, like way before he even blew up rapping. Like somebody told me, like, I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with you, I want to see you win, so I ain't gonna tell you nothing but right when it kind of like who you should work with. And he was like, even though I don't really rock with Shorty like that,
Mm.
you should work with him. And I was like, why you say that? He's like, just trust me, he one of them ones. And he didn't really say too much, but like he basically let me know like that's somebody you want to get on your platform. Uh,
Damn.
then the fans, of course, they let me know. Then I got to do my research, reached out to him, made it happen.
Bro, I'm researching a Von story at the moment. So I'm doing like a whole new video, just like retelling the whole Von story. I was watching your interview with Von today, actually, and bro, that is a crazy interview. Like, I know it was a long time ago, but like, I don't know, man. What can you remember about that interview? Because I remember, right. It's what I want to ask you. Is that like in that interview, you got Von, you got Bezu right there. Like, it sounds like
And
there's
like
hell.
30 other people in the
Yeah,
room.
there's hella people there. You can hear them all there. They're like playing music, smoking and shit. Like, and you're kind of like you're very calm throughout the whole thing. But like, obviously, it's Von that you're dealing with. You got Von and Bezu, so you can't really be like, "Yo, like, keep it down and shit." But like, Von kind of steps in. He's telling people to be quiet. But like, what was the atmosphere like during that interview? Like, what was that like?
I be trying to remember if it was just me or it might have been me and my ex girlfriend. And if it was me and my ex girlfriend, it probably was like I wouldn't have liked the vibe with all them people because I'm responsible for her.
Hmm.
So it's like even if it's just me, I gotta be worried about myself. But with her now, I gotta be worried about me and her. But I really can't remember if she was there or not. But for the most part, it was like everything was cool. It was a cool vibe. Like the room didn't even get filled up like that until like I say right around the time we was about to start the interview. Cause I was with them like during the daytime. Like when I first met up with Vaughn, I met him outside of Cook County Jail. And I guess he was just shooting that video with Zoo beat the bodies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So when I pulled up, they was in Popeyes across the street from the county. It's just him, Lil Steve, and one other guy, and they sitting down in Popeyes eating. And I'm thinking in my head, like, what y'all doing here? Like the Cook County Jail right here, the place where everybody in the city that goes to jail, this is where they go. So all your ops here, and you King Von,
Is
and
that
you know, like,
is that the same spot where
so
they shot KTS Dre?
yeah,
Bruh. And so he was just chilling in the Popeyes at
yeah,
that spot.
and that eating, yeah. So
Jeez.
I'm like y'all cool, like you comfortable. And he didn't know how I looked at the time because I only had two interviews out.
Yeah.
So when I walk up, I he give me the location. I walk up and they just all look at me crazy because I sit at their table. And they all look at me crazy. And it's 16. They like, oh boy, you don't look like no cameraman. And then I'm like, the cameraman got a uniform or something. Like, how I supposed to look? And then he cracked. Little Steve cracked a joke. He grabbed his phone. He was like, "Hold on, let me take a picture of you just in case we gotta find you or something." And then we got talking about like mutual people we know. They called him and shit, and then we got everything good.
Damn. So
Uh,
they had to check up on you before it got any deeper. You know
yeah.
what I mean? You had to pass the test.
And
That's
then
crazy, man.
motherfucker called my people that knew them that's from their area and shit. Even though it was good regardless, it was just like I just letting them know, like, nah, that's my boy, this and that. But after that, we rode around like the three different locations, and
Hmm.
then we finally found a spot, did the interview. I ain't gonna
Damn.
lie, Zoo was going off. It was shit I had to like from what I remember, I think it was shit I had to edit out all type of shit.
No
Because he was on the
way.
phone going off for somebody.
There's that bit in that interview, bro, that it makes me laugh, man, because you're kind of almost like trying to be slick, where you say you're like, oh, you know, you guys just dropped that song, beat that body, like what's the story behind that song? Like you're not trying to say it outright, but you're kind of trying to be
Yeah.
like, you know, how did you get the idea for the beat that body song? And it's just like obviously they're beating bodies, but like, you know, you were real smooth with it, like you kept them really comfortable, and it's like, you know, it's a good interview because it's like it really captures that time when like Von was kind of like still kind of fresh. You know what I mean? He was still like fresh off of just being a street dude. Like he wasn't in the industry yet. And like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
He
He's
didn't want
just,
to rap. When I
yeah,
asked him to rap, he was like, that's gonna make me feel like a rapper. I don't even want to. And
bro.
it was so crazy. I asked him, do he got any crazy stories? He was like, no, I don't got no crazy stories. And that was before that song, Crazy Stories.
Like, so you're you're from Chicago. Like, were you born in Chicago?
Yeah.
And so like you've been there through like all the crazy shit that goes down, right? Like you obviously you be interviewing people, but like you grew up around this stuff, right?
Yeah. But my area, like the reason it was kind of even easy for me to start off and do interviews and kind of work with everybody is because my part of the city, I'm on the far south side, like in the hundreds. They call it the Wild Hundreds.
Hmm.
So most of the people that's like that was on the drill scene that was known that everybody knew about, the Chief Keef, the Hers, the these, the this and that, they all was like a little lower in the city, like in the 60s and 70s and 80s. So I'm on 130th. I'm so far from what they got going on that I'm not involved in none of they issues. And like I feel like back then it was different. Like nowadays, somebody from my neighborhood could grow up and be involved in what they got going on because it's spread. Like it's like the whole city with that pick a side, BD, GD, this and that. Like you don't even gotta necessarily be BD or GD, but you still almost gonna be on one of them sides. You feel me? Like you could be a Stone, but you did a song with FBG Duck, so they gonna
Hmm.
look at you like the GDs and put you on the GD side, something like that. So like nowadays it seems like that, but like when I was growing up, it wasn't like that. So I didn't grow up feeling no type of way towards nobody that didn't do nothing to me. Like so it's kind of easy. But yeah, I definitely grew up seeing the same stuff. Like the neighborhood I grew up in it's like, same shit. It's low income apartment complexes, basically like project buildings. I don't know if you heard of Augier Gardens. That's a neighborhood next to us. That's another neighborhood you could look up.
Hmm.
Legendary neighborhood. A lot of crazy shit happen out there.
Bro, Chicago to me is just like, you know, it just seems like this crazy world, and it's like, you know, all this stuff that's been going on in the streets, like with the gangs, the BDs and the GDs, just been going on for like decades, right? So it's like, it's such an intense environment, like, and culturally, it seems so different from like other states. Like, you know, what do you think it is that has made Chicago like so violent, you know, over the last 10, 20 years?
I think it always been like a gangster city, but honestly, I feel like the drill wave fucked up a lot of things, and I don't know if that was done like on purpose, strategically, or if it just happened. But I'm pretty sure like the people who like funded that had to do that knowing like what it could possibly cost. And when I say that, I mean like with when Chief Keef blew, and you know they put money behind that. Like
Mm.
these are grown adults with billions of dollars that's like knowingly pushing somebody, knowing what he doing, and knowing like the image that basically just show everybody else that do this that this is okay to do and this is the way out the hood. And a lot of other people tried to do it, and some made it, but way more died. And I don't know, like if they did that on purpose or if that was just like something they wasn't thinking about. And it's like, oh, this kid gonna make us some money. But like when I look at it, I feel like it was kind of messed up because the city always been crazy. Don't get me wrong, but like now I don't even get what's going on for real. Like it's so much crazy, wild stuff going on. It don't even make sense at this point. It's like even people who's supposed to be cool with each other falling out. Like it's everybody just into it with each other.
Do
Uh,
you do you feel like it's something I always wonder, man? Like when you talk about Chief Keef and like I guess what you're trying to say is it's like all these labels. I guess it would have been like 2012, right, when like Keef kind of really blew up, and then he was getting label money, and it was sort of like Chicago drill music really got amplified. Like I often wonder to myself, like, do you think these record labels that were first putting Chief Keef on, like, do you think they really knew like the reality behind the shit he was talking about, or do you think they just kind of like couldn't really appreciate it? Because
that's
I,
that's what I wonder.
mm,
But they got to, because if they dealt with him and seen him, they know. Like, there's no way you don't know, especially how they was back then. They seeing all these, it's like the way they moving, the stuff he getting into, the like you seeing the people die. That's what made the drill scene pop. You hear what they saying, and you seeing it happen,
mm,
or you seeing it happen, then they talking about it like it was like a storyline. If you really watch the drill from the beginning to these people, it's like a storyline. It's like almost a show. They be like, oh, they up this, the points, the scores, all that. Like, so they had to know.
it seemed like there were a couple cases that were like really really intense examples of what you're talking about. Like the situation with Lil Jojo actually really seemed like one of those situations where it was like some real life street shit, but like fans were really invested and like following along with this shit with like Jojo posting Reese on Instagram and shit or whatever it was like, and then he gets killed, and then like people like Chief Keef were coming out saying yeah fuck Jojo, and like I'm saying this is a real dude, but a lot of people were cheering on, bro. Like it's a weird. It must have been a weird thing to observe, like in your city.
I ain't gonna lie. Back then, I was young, so like I was in high school watching this, so it was like I was around their age. It wasn't. It was just like we ain't know it's gonna be this big or this serious. I don't even think they knew that. Like to us, it was like kids into it arguing. Regular street shit is just the internet. I ain't think it was gonna be a big movement behind that, and so
Mm.
many people was gonna die, and it affect other cities and other countries to like even the suburbs. I feel like certain areas that wasn't really living certain ways start doing certain things. Like I interviewed somebody, I think it's from Kankakee, and he told me like Chief Keef made them pick up guns where they was from. Like he was like we wasn't even into that or on that type of time, but we was watching them and wanted to be like them, and we started doing that for real. And I see it so much, but I don't think nobody knew that was gonna be the
Mm.
effect.
It's interesting, man, because it's like you see it in so many other places. Like the Bronx is like the kind of really popular example at the moment, where you've got these guys that are kind of you know doing a lot of crazy street shit, and then like a lot of them are even going by names like inspired by Chicago guys, like they got a D Thing and like a C Day or whatever, but in the Bronx doing the same shit that they were doing in Chicago. But it's like just New York's always been kind of dangerous, but like it's sort of like been Chicago-fied, and we got that in London. Crazy shit, man. Is like there's hella cases of guys where they're like you know in similar situations. I mean, in the UK we got less guns, so there's a lot of like knife crime and shit, but like you see these situations where it's kind of like we've got shit that happened in the UK that is almost like a mirror copy of Chicago, and like all these guys that are rapping are just super inspired by Chicago rappers. And it's like, I guess it's on the one hand it's like, could you say that they're copying Chicago and they're just trying to be like Chicago and like what Keith was doing, or could you kind of say it's almost like after enough time, there's always going to be like some street rappers that emerge out of a city that has some crime going on, and like there's, I guess, eventually, like in every city there's always some gangsters, and eventually a couple of them are going to work out how to rap and make some money. And it's like, yeah, I wonder, it's like,
But
can you say Chief Keef like invented it and like pushed it, or could you say that it's almost like it's something naturally that's kind of happened in so many places now?
I would say a mixture of both, because yeah, it is like gangsters everywhere and have been gangsters everywhere. And if you're a gangster, you're a rapper. You're a gangster, you're a rapper. But it been gangster rappers. It wasn't no drill rappers though. Like,
Mm,
feel me? Like the way they even came and presented it was different. Like they was waving guns in the videos. They was dissing their ops. They was naming hits. Like
mm,
it's different. It's like really just gang members that's dissing their enemies rapping. Probably not even expecting to get on. Like this is really like beef. Was what's going on. And it's for the hood. And then one day you start to notice you getting famous off this, and now you are, let me finesse it. I'm about to be a rapper. Like that's the difference. Like now it's people that's just actually rappers that's trying to drill rap, and it's like it's not, that's not the same. So, and a lot of people eyes it look goofy. Like it'd be like you mimicking something and you don't even know what come with this. So you ain't even like that for real. So that's how a lot of people feel about not everybody in New York, because I know for sure it's gangsters in New York, but like certain people in New York, people look at them like that because they see it, they see through it. They be like, "Ah, right, you just doing this because it's fun." Because back then it probably was fun to them too, but I guarantee you this shit not fun. Like the deeper the worse that shit go, a lot of people they be living with regrets. They might not admit it. Some people do. They say like if they could go back, they'd change it. But I think the kids in New York now, this the fun stage for them. So they having fun, they dance, and it's fun. But that shit get dark, and I don't. That's what I be trying to like tell people, like that shit not cool for real. Like y'all think this shit cool, this shit get dark. Like it's fun now, all your homies around, all y'all dancing. Y'all lost a couple friends, yeah, but it's gonna you gonna lose way more.
yeah,
And that's what
man.
I start to see the drill scene do for real. Like, but I
It's
do think Chief Keef, they a lot of people copied that shit for sure. I ain't even gonna say copy. I say inspired. Some people bite it though, but some people inspired. Like I don't look at UK drill like they Chicago. Like I still see the UK. I see the drill inspired beat, but like I don't look at it like they just trying to be Chicago. I look at it like, all right, they picked up drill, but
yeah, yeah. I mean,
I don't know it. I don't know if it's people in the UK with like Chicago rap artist names.
I think maybe we got a couple, but it's like it's sort of like it's not as big as it is in the Bronx, but it's funny like people might like, I don't know, I feel like it's sort of like the extreme version. There's shit in the UK, like there was this crazy story where shit, man. So when Dirk was like beefing with hella people on Twitter and shit with 6ix9ine, and people were saying the whole Slide for Von thing, um it was sort of like the 6ix9ine and Dirk going at it. There was like a British rapper that like caught 6ix9ine lacking in a club in Dubai, and then like after that shit happened, he was like posting up like OTF on his story or something, and then everyone started calling him like B Roy. So it's like that's how obsessed people in the UK get about it, where it's like, this guy like tried to punch 6ix9ine in a club or whatever, and then what I'm saying, they say like, oh, he was sliding for Dirk, and they start calling him B Roy. Like it sort of is a joke. Like trying to punch 6ix9ine in a club or whatever is like, I guess, kind of like a bit of fun. But like you say, this shit gets dark. Like, there are a lot of UK rappers getting like pretty serious situations, and a lot of people have lost their lives in the UK drill scene. It's messed up, but it's like a crazy thing that's been happening around the world. But you're right, man. Like I guess you're so right in the Bronx. It's like it is at this fun stage. Like people like K Flock have been arrested, but like there's still a lot of good music coming out of the city, and like all this violent stuff is like still really popular, and they're doing these songs that like they're sort of like the sample drill thing is like the big thing. I feel like that sort of came out of Jacksonville with the whole Young and Ace thing, but like that was almost like they were trying to take Chicago to that next level with like taking like a pop song and then rapping about all these dead ops in it. But like, I don't know. Do you feel like sometimes I feel like it's almost like Jacksonville kind of like took it too far, like the disrespect.
Yeah, I be looking at they Jacksonville. I'm like, dang, y'all got us beat on the disrespect. Like, y'all be going crazy. Y'all, even though I've seen people go to graveyards in Chicago before too, but like the man Fulio put his ops in the back on a post. He went to the place to get a poster. These people probably thinking they're making a poster for his friends,
Oh,
the way he
bro,
acting. Then take them and put them in a back seat and put a seatbelt on them
I've seen this, bro. It's so
and
messed
talk to
up.
them. You know, so it's like then go to great. Then the song you do it on is like you wouldn't expect that, but Younger Ace on the other hand with the Who I Smoke got his song cleared. What's her name? Vanessa Carlton, I think.
Yeah, he got the full,
That's I was shocked.
he got the check and
I'm
everything.
like, if she cleared it, what you think that mean? You think she was at the crib listening to that, like oh yeah, she probably liked it.
You know what? That's what I mean. It like goes back to that question of like, do you think she really understood like with these people when they signed Chief Keef, like, and he's talking about smoking Tuka, like, if you're like an executive and you work at like, I don't know who Chief Keef signed to, but like Sony or some shit, like Warner, and you're hearing this kid talking about smoking Tuka, you probably don't even think about it. Like Vanessa Carlton, bro, she probably heard that song that talking about smoking on all these different dead people. Like, she probably didn't have a clue what was going on, or maybe she did. I don't know.
That's what I be wondering. Cause
Bruh.
she had to know what that song though. Cause soon the way
Yeah.
soon they start talking. But I think some people actually think that they not naming real names or something. It's just hip hop. Like some
Bruh.
people actually be ignorant to the real,
Bro, I
especially
remember
like TikTok.
the first
You
time
know,
I heard
clip.
that song, man. That first time I heard that "Who I Smoke" song, I was just like, "No way, are these all real people." And I just got to googling and was like, "Shit, man! Like, how are you gonna do that?"
That's the drill scene. I actually listen to Jacksonville drill scene. Like it's crazy because when I started seeing them make those songs, I had reached out to no, I think I was on my story and I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm rocking with the Jacksonville drill scene. And like 2 minutes later, I got a DM for Fulio and he wasn't even following me. Somebody sent that to him and he just reached out to me and we worked.
Nice.
And I was trying to get up with Young and Ace too, but I ain't, I DM them, I never got a response, but I listen to they sing. That's one thing like I rock with, and I don't like I see the similarities, but I still feel like they being themselves. Like I
Yeah,
don't
it
think
just
they.
seems like where they're from, you know, it's dangerous. Like in that, it's got that same energy of Chicago, but at the same time, like, you know, it looks completely different. Like, you know, Florida is just like, you know, there's a lot of different places in Florida that have a lot of crazy stuff going on. Obviously, like where Melly's from too, and just like, bruh, you know, there's just so many different areas of the U.S. that like, you know, have this sort of like drill scene going on where there's just, you know, a lot of like crazy shit going on. But it just seems like every country now. I mean, have you ever listened to drill from like Toronto or like Australia or anything?
Yeah, I noticed this like drill everywhere. They got Hawaiian drill.
No way. I haven't
Like,
heard Hawaiian drill.
yeah, like I can't remember it, but I didn't because I remember one day I just went through every place I could think of and just typed drill to see what I could find.
Bro,
And
that'd be a good video, like just drill in every country, like find out all of
yeah,
them.
you you heard of Trap Lord Ross? I mean, I'm high.
Yeah, I heard of him.
Trap times 10.
Trap times 10. Yeah, yeah, he's hard. He's hard.
Yeah,
Defo.
I did something with him.
Oh, did you interview him?
Yeah, he had came to LA and we had did an interview.
Bro, he's good. He worked with those O Block guys, right?
Yeah, I asked him because I didn't, I ain't really know too much about him. I asked him would he work with Young Boy, and he was like, "Nah." Basically, like out of respect for his homies, some of his people in O Block, he was like, he basically is saying like so many words. He picked a side.
I see. You know what? I seen that clip actually. I actually remember when that was going around. Bro, that's so crazy that you linked up with him. Who was it he worked with? I forget the name of the song. Was it Duke? Oh, DQ, DQ, Say Less. That was a hard song.
I want to
Right.
work with hold on, what's his name? I think it's who did the remix to that 50 Cent? Is it Digga D?
Oh, Digga D. Yeah, Digga D's hard. You got to interview Digga D. That'd be sick.
Yeah. I like a few of his songs. It's really the ones where his accent is not as strong because it's hard for me to understand it.
Mm,
But when he did the I think he remixed a 50 Cent song.
mm, mm.
I forgot which one, what's the name of it, but when I'm able to understand like what he's saying, I rock with it.
He just did a remix of Chief Keef, Finito. That's just so hard. Like the craziest song.
Yeah.
You got to check that out,
Yeah.
bro. Digga D, Finito. Or no, I think he's called it Chief Reese.
You said Chief Reese.
Yeah, Digga D. It's so hard. Crazy song. Because he obviously he's cleared it with Chief Keef, but it's kind of like it's got like a bit of a drill beat, and then he's got a Chief Keef verse in the song, so it's just such a hard, like it's an amazing remix.
My camera's still up. Oh yeah.
I still see.
Trying to see if I can find it.
We thinking reaction. I'll
Yeah.
send it to you.
Chief Reese RHYS.
Yeah, that's it.
Trying to remember how to put it on the Discord. I think it's a my homie. Man, I wish my homie was on here. It's a way to like bring YouTube up on Discord. Matter of fact, he in the chat. Hey Louis, show me how to show me how to put the YouTube on the Discord. Come hop in the Discord. Let me pull it up on my other computer.
Bro, is that a 16 shot chain? Like the pendant?
Oh yeah, that's the logo.
Bro, that's fire, man. That's sick. How long have you had that for?
Hey, uh, I think like a year or something like that, probably.
Bro, it's cold.
Yeah, at least a year for sure. Cause I've been in LA for a year, so I had it over a year.
Do you think I should get a chain made?
So
What should I get?
it's like it's kind of a waste of money, but then again, if you really want it, it's not a waste of money if it's something you want. But I made sure I didn't just get some money right away and get a chain. You know, like
Exactly.
when I got my chain, I was at the point where I could have been got multiple chains, but I felt like I had to handle other things first, and then that's when I was comfortable enough to do that.
I
But
feel like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a good thing to like show the people, like, I don't know, I see a lot of creators like 1090 Jake got the chain, got the big 1090 chain. Like, I'm not the guy you'd expect to have a chain, but, you know what I'm saying? I might have to do it to him. I feel like people will find it cool.
I feel like when it comes to chains, in certain rooms, it'll get you taken more seriously. In certain rooms, it'll get you taken less serious. Like it just depends on the vibe and the crowd and what you around and what you're doing. Because somebody like in the entertainment industry, like rappers, that crowd, whatever, people pay attention. But then I feel like other crowds where people really like care about like being financially smart and stuff like that, and other things when it comes to finances, they're not gonna look at that as the best thing. It's like you just wasting money. They might judge you off of that and think you don't know better or think you know. So I feel like those pros and cons depending on where you at.
Yeah, that's the
Like
thing,
certain
man.
environments, I wouldn't walk in the room with my chain on, and then
You know,
certain environments I would.
Do you ever worry about it like getting taken, or like that's what I'd be worried about, just going
No,
around.
I know it's possible, but not really for real. Like, and that ain't on no tough guy shit, nothing like that. But like, cause I know anybody could get got, but not really.
I feel like
Just cause I try not to even put myself in a position where you can
yeah.
get that upper hand.
Hmm.
I'm already like I got PTSD for real. So the way I move and think, I'm already like looking at you crazy and funny and thinking that you a threat and
Hmm.
making sure that I, you know, so not really.
I guess this maybe it's a dumb question. It's like, do you feel like you got to be more on alert if you're wearing the chain? Like, do you have to look out for yourself more when you got the chain on? Because I feel like I almost like don't want the hassle, you know?
Yeah, but I'm telling you, like, if you ever like spent the day with me and see how I am, like how I've been for a long time, the chain really didn't change how I move. It just changed. It definitely made me feel like more people watching, and it's like I gotta take it to the next another level. But like the way I already been like this, like without the chain. Like I done experienced enough things to like when you learn from mistakes, like something happened to you, then you learn not to do it again. So I done been through it enough to know like not to make myself, vulnerable.
I guess like how has your life changed since shit blew up for you? Because like now you're at the point where you got a lot of huge interviews, like you got a lot of influence like in the rap game. Has it been like difficult for you? Like how like your success, like is it easy to come to terms with? Like were you always expecting your shit to blow up, or kind of has it been hard to adjust to?
No, I wasn't expecting that at all, honestly. Like, like I did it like with some hope, thinking like, oh yeah, that'd be crazy if this had happened, that'd happen. But like I didn't expect that. Like I told you, I just thought I was gonna get some clout. So uh what you say, like how was it adjusting to it?
Yeah, man. Like, was it what you expected? Like, like you say, like you didn't necessarily
Oh,
expect to get as big as you wanted to, but now that you're like now you're a lit guy, like online. Like, is it what you expected?
somewhat, yeah. But like I feel like I it's like I like it and I don't like it. Like I like all the benefits and pros to it, but I don't like it because I feel like you got to change your life after that. Like certain things you probably enjoy doing, you can't really do it the same or do it no more. So like I don't like that aspect of it. But for the most part, I like it. It changed my life a lot. It changed my way of thinking. It made me think bigger and broader, and I started getting away more things like outside of just the interviews and stuff. Like I started thinking about my finances for real and thinking like where the best place to put money and what to do and think about using money as a tool. Like before, money was like something I just need to get so I can be able to pay this and pay that and pay that. Now I really don't check. It might sound crazy, but I really don't chase money for real. Like on some like just I gotta get the next dollar. Like I'm thinking about like how can I make progress to my life that's gonna make me more money in the long run. So I started thinking like broader. I started having bigger dreams, stuff like that. Like I just was cool with trying to find a job where I could make 40,000 a year or something like that and be okay. And I didn't have moments when I didn't got that at once or more than that. So it's like I never imagined nothing like that. So stuff like that like it just changed my way of thinking. Like
Mm.
things that you think not possible become possible in your head now. And it made me want to try to get other people to think that way. Like no matter what you do, I feel like anything you do, if you do it for yourself, you're gonna make more. Cause like some people be looking at what I do and they'll give me like credit and praise and this and that and be like, I'm proud of you, work so hard. And in reality, they working harder than me at their 9 to 5. And they don't even know it. And it's like if you could put that much effort in somebody else's business, you gotta know you making them a lot of fucking money. Like if you put that same effort in yourself, whatever you do, you could be selling plates out of your house, selling candy. Like if you do that from 9 to 5 and you outside and you selling that shit, you're gonna make a lot of more money than what you making at your job. And that's what I started to learn. Like once I started doing this, well, before I started doing this, I just was getting in that mindset, like do something for myself, stop doing it for other people. And I stumbled into this, and this was like the best thing out of all the other things I was doing. So I was like, give it, let me apply pressure to that.
It's crazy when you have that moment, man. Like I dabbled in like a lot of different things before like YouTube took off, but it's almost like when shit's taken off for you, it's sort of like it's the best job in the world. Like you probably would want to speak to a lot of these people that you're speaking to in your videos anyway, and like to be getting paid to run around doing this, like to chase your dream, like it's just a crazy feeling. But like you say, yeah, you got to try and convince other people like that it's possible and that you can actually make money and make a living doing shit you're interested in, or like talking about stuff you're interested in. You know what I mean? Like it's actually crazy. It's a crazy blessing.
Yeah, I really, I wasn't expecting that. That's all I could say, bro. Like, and I honestly didn't. It wasn't like I grew to love it. I didn't like it at first. I'm really like introvert for real. Like I don't even network how I should. Like you would think I know everybody and this and that, and I don't because I don't really network for real. So like if you know me, it's probably through my work. Like that's how I meet people, through my work. Like just keep working and get my name out there and people recognize me and it'd be like that. But like so doing interviews wasn't really my I would say like my strong suit, or something I had a dream or practice to do. It's just something I stumbled into and seen a opportunity and just took advantage of it. Like I ain't the person that like meeting new people and just at all. So meeting new people and asking them questions and sitting down face to face in crazy environments where it's not safe at first. Like it wasn't what I really dreamed to do, but I grew to like it because I seen how it's changed my life, and it really was kind of fun for the most part. It's just a lot of BS that come with it, but it's fun.
Like, yeah, and I can tell a lot of BS comes with it for sure. And like, I don't know whether you can talk about it, but like, I don't know what's some of the like most just crazy things that have ended up happening with you. Like, I don't know if you've probably been asked to do an interview in like some dangerous place, or like, you probably met up with someone that like, what I'm saying, I don't know, like just some crazy situation. Is there anything like that you've shared before or that you would share? Like stories from following around like a lot of interesting people.
Yeah, honestly, like I had a lot of crazy stuff happen. Like, cause I used to shoot music videos too, so a lot of crazy stuff happened during the music videos. Cause those usually was like in party environments, outside on the block, this and that. So like, of course, like shootouts, stuff like that, and people fighting, arguments. But like a specific event I could talk about, cause I don't really want to talk about like shootout stuff like that. It was a time when I was doing an interview with Timo. This is an interview that I don't think we ever dropped it. We Yeah, I don't think I dropped it. I still got it though. It's our first interview we did. We uh we did it and he was at a crib and I'm thinking we are gonna do it there. And then he like, hold on, let's walk over here. We go in another house. I'm thinking the lights just off or something. It's pitch black in there. This is an abandoned house. And then I hear a gun cock. It's pitch black.
The
This
fuck?
nigga just backdoor me.
Yo,
But
what?
oh man, what's going on, bro? Hold on. Oh nah,
Bruh.
I just got to turn the lights on. It's dark in here, this and that. And then we sat there and did the interview. It was kind of a little, for me, it was a little tension because I'm like, what's going on? But it was like a abandoned house or a abandoned part of a house or something. I don't know what was going on. But
Bruh. And
once
it's
once every this is my first time meeting him, so I don't know him. So it's like what's going on, gang? Like why you cocking the gun and this and that. But once I seen the reason why, I was like, all right, it makes sense. But you should have had your shit cocked already, because if you around me and you cock a gun, that's like that feel different, bro. Like you can have your gun around, whatever. Like you can even have it out if we walking in an unsafe environment, something like that. But once you cock your shit, it's like, oh, what's going on, gang? What you when you hear that, you thinking it's a robbery or something, because
Mm.
that's what a motherfucker might do before they rob you to scare you, cock it or something.
Bro, that's scary, man. That's scary. There's not a lot of guns in the UK, bro. So it's like I've been in America a few times, and like I've had people like just pull their guns out and shit. But like, you know what I'm saying? That's not normal in the UK. But like, it seems like guns, especially in Chicago, it's everywhere.
Yeah, I heard you get like a gun for like 5,000 in the UK.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Like they're hard to come by, or
That's
people get the crazy old guns, like some World War II and shit, like rusty guns. Like you hear about the rapper Lowski
Lowski from
from the UK.
Chicago.
Now the UK
Oh no, what
Lowski.
happened with him?
He basically got a gun case, and like I think he got like 7 years or something. He got quite a few years, but the gun was like the tiniest gun you've ever seen, like some tiny gun with like one bullet. But like in the UK,
Man.
it's a gun's a gun, so he ended up getting hella years. But like he's a great UK rapper, but you know what I'm saying, it was a bit of a bad story.
So is it like it's nobody that could get guns, or like only just like law enforcement or something? Like
Yeah,
no civilian can get it?
nah, there's no like you can't get licensed for a handgun, but like obviously illegal guns like go around, but it's just more rare than in Chicago. Like you know, a lot of people like you know people would just in general like carry knives. Like guys that want to defend themselves will just carry a knife, like a concealed knife, which is still illegal. But like it would be more common than carrying a gun. Like it's a big deal. Like if someone gets caught with a gun, it's like a big case. Like you're definitely going down if you get caught with a gun.
Can y'all like at least have like muskets or something?
Nah, man. Basically, like the best you could get is you can get a shotgun. Like if you live way out of the city, in like the country with animals and shit, you can get a shotgun license. But like the rules are so strict, and if you ever shoot anyone with your shotgun, like you'd be in the same, like you'd be in a lot of trouble. But yeah, man, it's rare. It's very rare. But like cops do have guns, but even a lot of cops don't have guns. So like, you know what I'm saying? They're like if someone is out with a gun in the UK, they have to call in like the armed response and shit, and they come with a bunch of guns, and they got like ARs, but they bring them out for like a situation. Like when there's like in the UK, like there's been like terror attacks where like you know like I don't know whatever I don't even know like whatever terrorists like start trying to like just kill a bunch of civilians, like stab them and shit, and like the armed Fed unit will come in with like ARs and just like shoot them all basically. So that's crazy. That's happened in London like a couple times, but otherwise, like cops in the UK have tasers and shit. They have a lot of tasers.
You know what I learned? You know how felons can't have guns out here?
Mm.
It's certain guns they can't have, but it's just like ridiculous the type of guns they are. Like basically black powder, whatever guns use black powder they could use. So like basically like them super old, super long, like this long
Oh shit.
cowboy guns that you couldn't even carry in your pocket, like something like that. Or like they could own stuff like that. I think it's guns like maybe for like a certain year, super old though. Like nothing where the bullets got the gunpowder and then put in the clip though. It's like one of those super old guns, but they still shoot.
You can still slide with one of
So
those, right?
you probably got like one shot or something,
Bruh.
but
If there's four of you in the car, you all got one shot.
you
You might do
got
some
full
damage.
shots. And they probably gonna put a big hole in you because I think they shooting like balls out or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that. You know what I'm saying? Do some damage.
I used to be looking up because I used to have a felony. So I used to be looking up every little loophole that trying to find something I could
Oh
get
shit.
until I got the judgment, what's it called? Overturned.
Yeah.
So I was trying to look up every little loophole I could find. Like, how can I legally, and it was just all goofy.
You didn't
It was
find the
just like, bro,
solution. There wasn't like a trick, like you could have a gun, like if you had it in another car or some shit.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely tricks. Like, I don't want to talk. Well, I mean, say like if you had a girlfriend, you was driving her car, and she got a gun in her name. She happened to forget to leave in her glove compartment, and you
Mm,
get pulled over.
mm.
Like, it's a way out of that stuff like that.
Yeah, that's pretty.
But
It's pretty good. That's pretty good. I feel like, yeah, man, it's
they still
tricky
probably arrest you first though.
when you're in that situation. Like they're basically out to get you, right? Like they can kind of trick you and get you slipping like all different ways, right? It's kind of like being on parole and shit. It seems like a bit of a trap.
Yeah, I never been on parole, but probation for sure. I was
Probation,
on
okay.
probation. Like that's how I actually got my felony overturned because the probation that I accepted, when I accepted it, because my whole goal was just not being a felon.
Mm.
So when I accepted it, I made sure that basically when I complete my probation, my judgment get vacated, but I gotta complete it, and it was like 3 years. Those 3 years were so hard, bro. Like, cause once you on probation, the rules different for you. So certain things that somebody that's not on probation could do and it be legal and okay, when you do it, it's an issue. Even if it's a simple situation where something happened, it might have been mistaken identity. Somebody called the police, they uh arrested you, then found out it wasn't you, let you go or whatever. You can get in trouble for having contact with the police. So where they could violate you if they want to and send you to court. And you gotta hope the judge you in front of be like, oh no, it's okay, you give them another chance. Because my probation carried 7 years, meaning they could have either gave me 7 years, they could have extended my probation if they wanted to, they could have did nothing at all. Like they got up to the 7 years. Basically,
Damn,
that's the worst thing they could do. So
bro.
that no having that over your head just be stressful. It's like it make you I think it was perfect for me though. I think I needed that for when I first started doing interviews. It calmed me down. It made me not do a lot of things I probably would have did just hopping in interviews right away with the mindset I had. Like I think it was a good thing. I think all that was meant to be.
Yeah, man. Sometimes like things happen for a reason. You know,
Yeah.
you end up having getting forced in a certain direction. It's the right thing for you.
I ain't gonna lie. I love well, I ain't gonna say I love that I had it, but I just gonna say because I hated it, but I'm glad I had it, bro. Now that I'm thinking and reflecting, like I'd have probably been I probably would have been in some shit, bro. That's all I can say.
What's like the alternate timeline that you could imagine for yourself? Like, say shit went another way. Like, where would you have ended up? Do you think?
No clue.
Bro.
Cause I right before that I was just in the stage of figuring out like life. Like figuring out like trying to live on my own. You know, I was living on my own. I was struggling. I'm trying to figure it out. And I was doing a lot of different things, like from legal to illegal. Like I wasn't no dummy. Like I didn't want to go to school, but I went to like a community college, Olive Harvey, because my parents they wanted me to go to school. I didn't have the reason I'm glad I didn't stay though, because I wasn't going for me. Like I didn't have nothing that I was motivated to stay there for. I'm just going because they said go to school, but I really don't even got no example. Nobody I know that went to school that could show me where I need to go. They just telling me go. So I ain't really know what to go for. I just was going for some shit I didn't care for. And that's when I caught that case. And I feel like that made me not go back to school, like, cause I was fighting it. So I was thinking like, if I imagine if I stay in school for 4 years, 8 years, however long I stay. And when this case over with, I'm a felon. Cause I was facing 21 to 45 years. So it's like, imagine if I do this and now I'm a felon and I just went to school for all these years and I can't even get no job. So
Mm.
I'm like, nah, I can't do that. That's what made me start to do stuff for myself because I'm thinking like it's a possibility. I wasn't thinking about probation. I didn't think I was gonna get that. I'm thinking like it's a possibility I'll be gone for a long time. Or even if I'm not going for a long time, it's a possibility I got a felony. So I gotta build some on my own. So I feel like I would have been something. I just don't know what. Because the mindset I had a mindset to create like my whatever, like just become a boss. Like that's what I was thinking about at the time. But it was however I could do it, good or bad. Because I ain't look at it is bad. Like when you need money, you don't look at what people might look frown upon as bad because they might not have been in that situation.
Yeah. I mean, like if you're in that situation, bro, you're gonna get pushed to do things that you wouldn't want to have to do, or like to go about things other ways. I think it's almost like it's interesting seeing people like I don't know, like 1090 Jake and shit, like prison YouTubers that it's hard to get like good jobs and like earn good money like a legit way if you've got like something on your record or you've been through some shit or like gone away for a few years. But YouTube and like making your own business, like being an entrepreneur and stuff, it's like it's one of the ways that you can just like take control and earn what you want to earn, like do something that's your own thing and still potentially make a lot of money without having to like go through all the shit that comes with like getting employed after you've had a case and shit.
Sure. It's just I didn't think that at the time because I ain't know nobody that did YouTube. Like even the videos, I wish I been knew about like I've been knew about music videos. So I was watching the people do the drill scene, but I used to always look at that as like lame. Like I didn't, but really in reality back then, them cameramen made a lot of money because you gotta remember a lot of these rappers wasn't real rappers for real. They was just street guys rapping. So the videos was on the cameraman's channel, and these rappers wasn't getting paid for that. And these are some of the legendary big songs. So back then, being a cameraman, especially I think that was before the apocalypse, so it probably was making more money. So it's
Mm.
like that was lit. Like I wish I was a part of that, but I was thinking that it was lame, and I didn't know like, dang, this is really a lot of money that like I didn't have nobody around to show me that to tell me that.
Yeah, man, that must have been a crazy time. So wait, you're saying that like some of these cameramen in like Chicago were filming the videos for like the drill rappers who were really doing shit and then keeping all the money?
Yeah, but it's like if it come to your YouTube channel, that's your money.
Yeah.
Like that's just like if I do an interview with somebody, what come to it is mine. But the difference is they wasn't handling their business because if a rapper was handling their business, it's gonna come regardless. Like it's gonna come out. Like when we play music, if we just put somebody's song up, they gonna get their cut and they gonna get all the money.
Mm.
So they wasn't doing that.
Mm.
And maybe the cameraman probably didn't know either. They just
Yeah.
knowing they getting paid. They probably don't know what the rappers getting. They just know they getting paid. This is my channel, and they probably shot the video for free.
Damn.
All type of stuff. Like I know a lot of stuff got shot for free.
But that's
Like
the
I shot a
thing.
lot of stuff for free.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's the thing. But I guess it's like you don't think about all these things, and then suddenly you got like a drill rapper who's like pretty tough dude coming after you for some bread. That's probably a difficult situation to be in.
Yeah, but I don't think they knew till like down the line. They was kids.
For real, they
Like
literally had no idea.
everybody was kids at first, so they didn't know.
Damn,
And the
man.
cameraman probably was older, most likely, or another kid. I don't know. I don't. I ain't know the cameraman back then.
What was it like in
I know it's a
Chicago?
few of them though.
Like, what was it like in Chicago when Chief Keef was like really blowing up and kind of like everyone was talking about the city? Chicago was like the place that everyone was interested in for a minute. Was that like a really hot time? Like, were people in Chicago like, damn, like everyone's sort of like, looking at us and like talking about the way we do things?
Yeah, like it was down to the point you could probably get some coochie from a girl out of town just from being from Chicago.
No
Like I
shit.
didn't I didn't realize seeing my homies lie. They like, do y'all know Chief Keef? They yeah. We didn't know Chief Keef. I'm like I'm like this crazy. Like I never seen nothing like this. Like I still see it to this day though. I notice like the level like when people mention that I'm from Chicago or somebody from Chicago and we out of town, like I see the look on people's face sometimes. Like I notice it's just different.
Yeah, people
But I
respect
guess that's because a
Chicago.
lot of people, a lot of people see what's going on. They be watching.
Yeah. Was it different before that? Like, obviously, Chicago is known as like a bit of a dangerous place. Like, it has a lot of history. But like, was it really like the Chief Keef wave that kind of made everyone really like, really like pumped
I,
up that reputation?
my opinion might be biased because I was when Chief Keef was blowing up, I was in high school, so before then I went out of town and traveling and meeting a lot of different people to know like how people looked at us and treated us. Like I was around just my neighborhood and my people, and so I don't really know. I just know like what I grew up, like the generation I grew up in, yeah. But somebody back in the day might not say that. They might be like, "Nah, we been gangsters, we been this, we been that," but I wouldn't know because I wasn't around then.
Mm.
I mean, I was
It's
around, but I was a kid. I wasn't out of town seeing how the rest of the world looked at her.
mm, man, it's just a crazy time. I remember like I can't remember how old I'd have been. Maybe I'd have been like coming out high school or like high school. But like when those first Chief Keef songs were coming big, like I don't like 300. Like in the UK, like we were listening to it, and it was just like a whole other world to us. Like literally, like I wouldn't have even
It
thought
was like
about
that to me
Chicago.
too.
Huh?
That was like that to me too, and I'm from
For real. And
Chicago.
you're from there.
Like when a girl first showed it to me, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like it at first. I don't know what she showed to me, but I was looking at it like, man, what you showing me these? Because it looked like just like I don't want to offend nobody, just like a couple dirty motherfuckers in a room, ashy hands and shit. So I ain't really pay attention. I'm like, bro, what's this your homie number? I'm not trying to see that. And then she like, nah, listen. I started watching, and it slowly grew on me. I'm like, because it's like once I really pay attention, I'm like, damn, they up and piping their video. They this, they they getting it busted over here. What's their name? You say Chief Keef, Tato, Lil Reed. I'm just looking up everybody. They got a. Then I'm starting looking. I'm like, dang, all these niggas getting famous, bro. What's going on? Like, then you look at the neighborhoods. Everybody from their neighborhoods getting famous. I'm just on the outside looking in. Like this
Mm,
shit crazy. Like I really seen that shit. That's why like I be liking to see like the people that made it. Like I like to see that they made it and shit. Cause like I seen where they came from. A lot of fans probably just seeing once they was famous and stuff like that, but they not seeing like the old Herb in front of the car, rapping in front of the car, or the shit when he got rapping on the cell phone, shot on the foot, shit like that. Like I've been watching that shit since then. So like that shit feel good to see that shit. That really another thing that showed me like it's possible to change your life. Like even though I said it's bad in a way, like the drill effect and the Chief Keef effect, how people looked at it and did that, it was good in a way because it inspired a lot of people. Just some people took that same exact route. I just seen like people from this environment can do it. Like I used to think like it just wasn't meant for me. Like I didn't see nobody doing that. Like my parents, they did great with me. They did good, but like they wasn't rich, so I ain't get to see Bentleys and this and that. That's not a thought. My thought was just be able to live on my own, get my own car, get a spot, and shit. Hopefully, get a good job somewhere. I ain't. When I seen that shit, I'm like, damn, he young as hell.
mm.
Then I'm seeing people like Lil Mouse. I'm like, oh yeah, anybody could. But I
Yeah,
still
Lil
didn't fully
Mouse.
believe it for myself.
Bro, Lil Mouse, man, that was a crazy story.
Yeah,
Bro.
especially the Lil Wayne feature. There's people to this day can't get a Lil Wayne feature. He got one before he probably could even understand what a Lil Wayne feature was.
Bro, that's crazy that he pulled that off, man. He did his thing though, bro. He was the, you know what I'm saying? When he first came out with that first song. I've forgotten that first song, that big one, but bro, that
Get
like
smoked.
yeah, that's the one. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's the one Lil Wayne was on.
Was that the one Wayne was on? Shit, man.
Yeah,
I need to do the Lil Mouse recap video or something.
Meek Mill. Meek Mill used that line in one of his songs. Said something like "fuck around, don't fuck around, you fuck around, get smoked."
Bro, he was 13 when he made that. That's crazy. So, who's your dream interview? Like, who would be just like number one most wanted interview for you, or maybe someone you already did? I don't know, but like anywhere, any rapper,
Uh,
like any situation.
I say 50 Cent.
Oh, nice. That'd be dope interview with 50 Cent.
Chicago wise, it'd be Herb, Dirk, and Sosa. But like any rapper, I say 50 Cent.
Yeah, 50 stories crazy.
Yeah, like he inspired me a lot too. Like I see a lot of myself in some of the things he be saying or did. I even read like well, I didn't read the whole thing, but I think it was like called 50 Laws of Power or something like that, the book he
Mm.
wrote. I read a decent amount of that.
Man, he's just
But
like
yeah, he got
he's
some
one of those
stories.
he's one of those people that like in rap, you know, he went as far as you could go in rap. Like he had huge albums, like In the Club was like Diamond, like he achieved everything, and then like got on the whole business thing. He had like Vitamin Water, like you know, I feel like 50 doesn't get the credit like he deserves for like, you know, that guy did some crazy shit. Like, you know, he kind of discovered the game. Like he was helping the game along, even though like you know they fell out. Like, you know, he like played this role in so many big careers like G Unit and shit. But man, like, there's not really been another rapper like to the size of 50 Cent. I don't know if you could say anyone's like similar.
Yeah, he even basically bully power in a way. Like when things not going his
Mm.
way, he just threats to take it somewhere else, and then he get the biggest contract ever or whatever. Like he taking the street uh mentality and using it in the business world basically.
Yeah, bro. He's like suing people, like beating cases. It's like pretending he's bankrupt and then like getting all the money back and shit. Bro, that guy is making moves.
I wonder how that work. Like if somebody sue you, what you could just move all your money to one business and say that business broke, but this business like, that ain't like I don't know if that's what he did
I think so.
or what. Like
I think the game is doing this shit as well because you know the game got sued for like some crazy case and then like he was like declaring he was bankrupt. Like I swear, I think Whack 100 was like with Ack talking about like oh you know the game like doesn't doesn't control all of the stuff going on, but like I don't know, man. Like there's like some move if you owe someone hella cash and you don't want to pay it, I think you can just like finesse it.
yeah, I wonder what he did.
Bro, like there's so many little
But they
moves.
say.
It's smart. I feel like once you got enough money, you can kind of like you can access all the little cheat codes and kind of finesse your way out of most of your problems. I feel like the hard part is just getting your money to that level to begin with.
Yeah, or just meeting the people that could tell you or guide you. Because once you know, you know.
No, that's true, man.
I
I feel
wonder
like,
how Kodak got the pardon. Like who was his
bro,
lawyer?
how? Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like Kodak's the last person you thought would be hanging out with Trump, but like,
Yeah. It's like
bro,
what's going on?
got the W, man. I feel like Trump must have thought like, yo,
Trump owes some favors. That's what it is.
bro, but it was like for the election. It was like near the. I swear it was near the election, and it's like you know you think the sniper gang's really gonna like turn up for the vote. You know what I mean? Riding for Kodak. I don't know. It's just
I
like
wonder how that pardon thing go. I want to do lawyers like because I'm just trying to figure out like what's the connection like Trump, the lawyer, Kodak, like what's going on.
bro,
But
I think Kodak like met Trump as well, like a while afterwards. Like, I don't know what would Kodak say to Trump? Just like, yeah, appreciate that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he talking about he was Z now. I'm surprised he didn't get him a chain.
bro, I
I feel
think,
like Trump the type of person that'll wear it for real.
bro, that would have been a viral moment actually, bro. That's what needs to happen because I think Kodak got a Trump chain made. He's got a chain of like Trump with the MAGA hat on, I think. So like, he needs to gift that. You ever watch like any of these podcasts like Nelk or like Full Send or anything?
Full Send, is that the people that interview Elon Musk?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Who are they? Because I be seeing the guests they have, and they be like, damn, they got biggest people ever. But
They get
I
crazy
I
guests.
like I never knew who they were. Like, but clearly they must be in a mix because I was listening and they was talking about basically like some of them was like I was on tour with Justin Bieber back then, this and that. So they must know all of them.
Yeah,
But
they're plugged in with
they
everyone.
just got them on radar.
They had a big channel they got a big channel Nelk where they kind of do like I don't know. They used to be doing like pranks and stuff, and kind of like now they do these like quite big videos, like drinking and just crazy lifestyle kind of thing. It's quite entertaining. Like you know, some of it's like better than other ones, but yeah, man, they just huge off of that. And then they started this podcast. I think they're just so connected, man. They just get the best people. Like they've had so many good. They had like OJ Simpson on the other day. I swear. Like Just
I need
crazy
to get
shit.
like them.
Yeah, bro. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. Like, it's one of those things where I feel like once you get like a big name or like a couple of big names in a row, you can kind of like build on that. But like, it's almost like because now they've interviewed Trump, it's like pretty much anyone will do an interview
Anybody.
with them. They're up there
Yeah.
at that level. But it's almost like they're quite. I feel like they're quite smart about the people that they choose to have on. Like, I don't know. It's not like the same old people. Obviously, they had Elon Musk on and shit. Like they've had Trump on. But bro, I don't know. It's hard, man. What do you think of like, No Jumper as like an interview platform? It's kind of like they started out interviewing like much more like random people, and then a lot of the people Adam interviewed kind of blew up. You kind of I feel like you interview like a mixture of people that are like on the way up, but then also like I mean Cairo is like a huge name in the scene, so it's like you've kind of interviewed both. But I don't know. What do you think is like a better approach, or like what do you prefer?
I honestly like of course like working with big names and stuff like that. Like it works. It's like it's a big name, you got a platform, it's gonna work. But like I like the interviews where you work with somebody and they don't really know who they are as much, and then it blows up. Like I like to see like that I could make like a change, something like that. Like I be want to like help break people because I feel like that's gonna be remembered a little more than like you just working with somebody that's already lit because they just working everywhere at this point and just doing everything. But like I be want to be like that first person to catch this person and do that. But of course, it's gonna be a mixture of wanting to work with the big names. But what I really like doing is the fresh new underground or slept on stuff.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much to gain if you catch somebody that's goes on to be a big star early. Like Adam had XXX Tentacion on No Jumper early, and just like that was a huge interview. But I mean, you were you the first person to interview King Von, or like one of the first? Like,
No, I was the first.
yeah, bro, you got in there early, bro. Did you when you met him? Like you said, you kind of knew like a bit of his reputation, or like you kind of knew that like people would vouch for him. But like, could you see that
Yeah.
like star potential? Like, did you think like, yeah, this guy's gonna be the next guy, or you kind of, I don't know.
Uh, no, but I didn't like. I was thinking smaller back then for everybody, for myself. Like I did see real potential. Like I'm thinking like, yeah, he finna be the next biggest thing in the city. Like that's what I'm thinking. Like he finna tear the city up. I ain't know he was gonna go global with it. I ain't know that, but I did think like it was possible because he was with Dirk, but at that time, Dirk always been like big to us. Like honestly, I think people like Dirk and Chief Keef and our eyes, they was bigger than what a lot of other people were. Cause like we might hear that all the time over here, and then I moved to LA and I hear, but I wasn't hearing it all the time. So I'm like, it might be bigger than what we thinking. But like now, Dirk definitely got like real big. Like, but in my eyes, he done have been big like that. But like I guess the rest of the world, that's how it looked to them now.
It's
But I ain't really expect that to be real. I don't think nobody. But he did. He said it so casually, like, yeah, I'm gonna get some change, get some money, this and that. Like he just knew, like they knew what was going on already. So
it's a weird one because I feel like with Von, like it's weird with Dirk because like Dirk has been this legend in Chicago for so many years, and like in rap he's always been respected. But it feels like when he did that song with Drake in like what was it 2020, the Laugh Now Cry Later, it's like that just turned him into like a completely different, like a global, like a pop star just off that one song. Like he just completely went up to this category, even though he was like a legend in Chicago. It just seemed like there was this moment. I don't know. Did it feel like that to you, or did you just to you he was already a legend?
yeah, like to me, like shit. But I guess maybe that's what it took for the masses or something like that.
Mm.
But I've been seeing it since the beginning. So where he already was at was like very impressive to me. It was like I'm seeing the beginning when everybody looking a little dingy, like. But back then, I guess we was dressing like that, like.
Mm.
But I'm seeing the growth. So like I've been thought he was. I probably thought they was more lit than they was at the time. You know how like with rap, you gotta put up an image and stuff like that. So maybe That's probably what it was.
I was reading this Reddit thread earlier that was basically it was people saying like, it was asking people from Chicago like, what did you think of King Von in like 2019 when he first really started taking over with Crazy Story, and like you said, you weren't expecting him to become like this global artist, but at the same time, like I feel like a lot of people from Chicago that like knew his backstory and like knew with the situations that he'd been through, kind of like, yo, how the fuck is this guy, like the demon, like making like love songs and like charting and shit? Like, is that something that you thought, or did people feel like, yo, how is this particular guy that's super savage, like the guy that became the sort of he like dyed his dreads and like became this sort of nearly pop star, like.
I ain't really think that because like just because like I don't really know what that man did for real. I just know what people say and what I heard, but I really don't know. But like just because somebody might have did certain things don't mean that they might not be somebody that laugh all day and play all day or know how to sing or go to work every day. Like it's like that don't change that. So I ain't never think that. Like I know people who like that really sing and don't act gangster at all. So I don't really judge a book by its cover for real. Like I ain't gonna look at what you doing and be like, oh yeah, you make a love song. You ain't no gangster. Like what gangsters don't love people.
Mm, no, it's true, man.
I feel like
It's
when you act too hard, you faking. You putting up a image like we all people. Everybody got emotions.
mm. Do you think like,
And when I met Von, he wasn't just acting like super savage. Like he was just cool. Like he wasn't trying to act tough and do all that. Like it's just cool, regular dude. Like you wouldn't have really never knew. Like you kind of know because you see everybody that's around and all that. But at first it was just three guys just chilling, eating Popeyes. Like they ain't that joking. So it ain't really surprising. I think people just probably got the idea of like killers, like just mean, evil, frown at you, tough. Like I don't know, people like that. I be thinking they be playing for real.
mm,
Like it's some people that really do look like that. They ain't really do that. They probably just be fried in the brain. Something wrong with
yeah,
them.
no,
You do
that's
not got
true.
to walk around just over tough all day.
No, Von had a lot of personality, man. Like he was like an infectious dude, like, I mean, his music, like telling these deep stories, and like him on social media, like seemed like a fun guy. So it's like it's sort of just crazy how that story ended up going.
I don't, I don't even like thinking about that shit for real.
Mm, no, it's messed up,
Only
man.
because it's like I feel like when Von and Doug died, the drill scene kind of. I feel like it got a big impact on the drill scene. Like whether people want to admit it or not, like I feel like both sides need each other, and that like that's really what was fueling the fire. People seeing this side and that side, y'all doing this, and y'all like it's y'all creating music out of it, and people watching it. When it's like if everybody keep dying, bro, this it's like y'all don't realize y'all hurting yourselves at the same time. Like, but we
Yeah,
got a new wave of rappers. Hopefully they change. Hopefully they change the way things are. Like I be tired of all this side, that side BS. Like I see other cities and they be great. Like I see a lot of rappers and the impact they had here, and they never got to make it to be great for real. And I see a lot of other people like Atlanta. How many people came out of Atlanta and coming out of Atlanta, like from the Migos to Lil Babies to everybody, like, and it's like this should have been one of those cities. It shouldn't have just been just Dirk and Sosa and Herb and whoever else. Like, it's a couple more people. I ain't gonna name everybody, but like this is one of those cities because if it's that impactful, the money should have been there. The rapper should have, but everybody kept dying or going to jail.
yeah. It's crazy to think about how many big names like just aren't here anymore. You know, like you think about people that were just huge, like only a few years ago, like just like Dark and Von, and just like going back even further, people like Rondo and LA Capone, like people that like really had high hopes for these artists, and then like just the next day they're gone, and like it's a crazy scene, really, Chicago. Like all the people that sort of like show potential, and then only make a few songs because shit goes down. It's really sad.
Yeah, like I feel like Pappy. You listen to Young Pappy?
Yeah, I
I
heard
feel
a
like
few
he was one
tracks.
of them rappers that would have been up there right now.
Hmm.
He was different from a lot of other people too.
Who's
What's some
your
artists in the city that
Yeah,
you be listening to now? That's like you ever listen to like any underground artists?
man? I'm trying to think. Uh, Depends who's underground. I feel like they're probably most of the people I listen to are like fairly big. I mean, I was enjoying a lot of PGF Nuck, but he's like blown up now, so it's not really
Like
underground.
yeah.
I'm trying to think who I would listen to that's underground. I mean, obviously, like I was listening to a lot of the like smaller O Block guys, like before a lot of them went away. But even like I don't know, even now, like any of the O Block guys drop a song, like I'll listen to it, or like I'm trying to think who else. Like when Trap X10 did the song with DQ, and then Millions did a song with what was it, Duke? But no, I don't know, man. Who should I be listening to? Like, you got to tell me who I need to be listening to underground wise.
I be listening to a lot of Glock Boy Bobo. I think he locked up now though, but at least I think they say he should be home soon.
Glockboy
But
Bobo.
yeah, I be listening to him a lot. Who else? You heard of DCG from out west?
No, I haven't. DCG.
You should Yeah, you should check out our interview. They got an interview where they did a it's like a documentary basically. And they it's all type of things happened. It was high speed chases, foot chases, this all on camera. I got a drone in the sky and cameras on the ground, like they running from the police, guns getting through,
I see it.
people
Yeah,
fighting, arguing.
I'm gonna watch this
That
later.
was a crazy interview. It was so many police.
Bro, that sounds nuts. So all that was going on whilst you were there.
Yeah,
Bro, that's
I had
crazy.
a
I haven't
team.
seen
I
this.
had a, yeah, I had a team filming it.
Bro, this looks nuts. I'm just reading the comments.
Which one is it?
The Was it DCG brothers escape police on camera while shooting music
Oh
video?
yeah.
Bro, that's a crazy title. Shit, it looks nuts. Bro,
It's like it's a
so that's part
longer
12. I got to see the
video,
full
but that's
thing.
like a part. Yeah. But that was like a crazy part. It's a lot of crazy parts. They end up driving a car on the sidewalk. What else?
Bro, so wait, they're what, are they brothers or it's a crew?
Yeah, they two brothers that rap. They got some
Damn.
songs with Herb, I think Big 30. They got songs with they got a couple big features.
All right, I've got some stuff I need to check out. That's lit. Who else should I look into then?
Hey, chat, who should he who hot in the city right now? He should be all these girls. I don't know if there's a song out yet. They not really super big yet, but I see them blowing up. They all hard. There's this song. Let me look it up. This is a girl named Mellow Bucks,
Mellow Bucks.
Cashmere. They some girls, but they going crazy. Mellow Bucks, Cashmere. Let me see.
Oh, they got a song with No Limit Faro.
Play the well, you don't gotta play it now, but unless you want to, it's one. I think it's called Computers.
Oh yeah, Computer Murders. I see it. Let me see.
It's another one. I don't think it's out yet. Let me see.
Wait, so Mellow Bucks. This is Cairo's
She
cousin.
from yeah.
No way. And she's a rapper.
She yeah.
Damn. You know what I always find crazy? It's like I feel like with a lot of these Chicago stories, you always be finding out like, oh, it turns out that like this guy is this guy's cousin, and it's like they got some like deep beef from way back. It's like I just keep finding out these weird connections between people, and like, bruh, it's funny. It's a small world.
Yeah, a lot of people be turned against their cousins
Bro,
just
it's
over
crazy.
this stuff that be going on out here. Shout out Pornstar J. I appreciate you, gang. That's a wild name. I can't keep shouting you out. Mhm. They said NorCal is lit too. What's NorCal? North California?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
A
people are
lot of
always
people be
asking me
wanting
to do
Cairo to rap.
it's like a war in NorCal or something video. People are asking me to do that. I don't know which rapper's big from NorCal.
That's one thing. Like being in Chicago versus in LA, it seemed like in Chicago, I don't see a lot that be going on in the rest of the world. When I was in LA, I was seeing a lot of different things that I didn't even realize was going on. Like
Yeah,
open
LA's
my eyes up
interesting.
to more things.
Do you go to LA a lot?
Yeah, I stay out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
be I be back and forth though.
I love it there, man. Like I love going there. England is very different, but like LA's lit. I mean, do you just prefer it out there?
I actually prefer Chicago. It's crazy,
Really?
but I I forced myself to be in LA because I went there for a reason. Like I went there for a purpose. I went there to expand and meet new people and get into different things. Like that's when I got into the gaming, when I got to LA and the streaming and all that type of
Mm.
stuff. Like so I kind of forced myself to be there, but I don't like the food, so I don't really be liking it real like that.
You don't like the food in LA, no?
Nah.
What kind of stuff do you be eating? Like, what's like a standard 16 shot on dinner?
I like I like well, I don't eat this on a regular because I stopped cooking for real. I could cook though, but I be eating out a lot. But like I like steak, mashed potatoes, broccoli, stuff like that. But when I be ordering out, I'm probably if I'm in LA, I get a lot of hibachi. And I used to didn't like that, but a lot of things in LA I ain't like, and that was what I liked the most. So I started eating that. Or, or I like salmon. So I order stuff like that. Or what's this place I started getting? I think it's called Dave's Hot Chicken. I eat a lot of chicken though, a lot of fish. Well, not a lot of fish, but yeah. Matter of fact, I eat a lot of fish. I eat a lot of salmon. They got Seafood Junction. I mean, not
Oh yeah.
Seafood Junction. Cajun Boy. Y'all got that out there?
No, I never heard of that. I don't think we got that here. Isn't it in Cali?
No, this in Chicago.
Oh, that's in
It's like
Chicago.
a
No, I never heard of that one. Cajun Bull.
yes, yes. It's basically like a place where they make seafood, but they put it in bags and boil it with all type of ingredients in the corn and the broccoli, shrimp, crab legs. But it's good though. But it's like a bar, and they be playing music. But it's a restaurant too.
Damn, that sounds kind of lit. I need to go there. Cajun
I
boil.
ain't gonna lie, they probably got like the best. Well, I ain't gonna say the best, but they one of the best Cajun. Like what's it called? Seafood boil. Y'all don't got that out there? Seafood boils.
I ain't had that before. I've not come across it, but I feel like it's the sort of thing like I've had a friend like say to me like we should go for this kind of food, but I just not tried it. But so the
What you been
food.
say? Hold on.
So
What you say?
no, I haven't tried it, man. We probably have that in England. Like I feel like a friend's probably told me they had it, but I never tried it.
Oh yeah,
So you think I should come to Chicago and check it out?
for sure. I don't know why a lot of people be thinking like, cause I be talking to people and they be like, yeah, Chicago ain't the city to visit. It is. Like it ain't just terrible like people think. Like it's a great city.
See, I feel like the way people talk about it is it's like I'm just gonna walk out the airport and just get like smoked by like Chief Keef's gonna jump
Nah.
out the Hellcat and just smoke me, and that's it.
Chief Chief Keef gonna teleport. Like,
Bruh.
nah, man. Like, it's the hood. That's the thing. Like, all that violence. That's what really makes Chicago so bad. Because Chicago is a big city, but all the violence is concentrated in the hood. Like, yeah, stuff happens downtown. Like, you see stuff that happen, but that's not a regular thing or everyday thing. Or like that was you see the situation. Like, it's bigger situations, but like that ain't Chicago is a it's a good city. Like it's people who super rich that live here and love it here and don't have no issues here that live either in a suburb somewhere, downtown somewhere. Like it's just the hood. Like of course bad stuff gonna happen in the hood. Anywhere where there's poverty and guns and drugs, it's gonna be bad stuff happening there. Like
Do you ever get people like from your city hating on you or like saying they're gonna do some shit to you because of what you do or like because of your videos
not a lot. Like before, but not really.
and like you
But
wouldn't
that
you wouldn't worry
it,
about it?
it'd be like it'd be like politics. Like sometimes people feel some type of ways, but a lot of them issues, like people might think it blew up and it gets squashed because it don't even be that deep. It'd be a misunderstanding sometimes. Like somebody might be mad that say like if one area got a rapper that's famous and he rapping and I work with them, and then they got ops that's reaching out to me and I'll have no clue who they are, but they think that I'm just blackballing them and not rocking with them and choosing a side. And now they looking at me like an enemy, and I don't even know it until one day somebody get mad and say something on social media. And the whole time these people been looking at me crazy this whole time, and I ain't know it. So stuff like that didn't happen. But once I find it out, like long as they didn't cross the line, disrespect me, and nothing like that, like we could talk and we could find it out. Like why I ain't work with you or why I ain't respond or why I didn't probably just see your message, bro. Like I don't see every message. You can't just think you gonna message me and then since I don't respond, you just take it personal. But it be situations like that. Or sometimes I might work with somebody and I don't know what they done did. And somebody might feel some way because they know what they done did and might feel some well, I don't be knowing. Like I be working. Honestly, all that who did what to who, I don't be knowing that. Like I don't that ain't really that ain't what get me paid. I don't care about that for real. Like, of course, I know what neighborhood into who. You gotta know that because you gotta know who you can have around who and what you know. But all the specifics and all that, I don't be wanting to know that stuff.
Yeah, man. I feel like that probably makes a lot of sense, especially in the situations that you're likely to be in. But yeah,
Because I done had well, not me personally, but I done seen people have situations where they invite multiple people somewhere and didn't know like these people didn't get along.
yeah,
But before it happened, they fixed it and found out like, oh no, we can't be around each other tripping.
bro, that's crazy. That must happen all the time though, like to different people, surely, because like with the industry, the way it works, and like these cities, all these different beefs and shit in Chicago, like people must be getting invited to all sorts of things.
Uh, I don't think it worked like that though. It looked like that's why they probably keep it one sided. You know how people say like certain people blackball and stuff like that.
Mm.
That's probably why. Because it's like if both crowds get to getting in, it's probably gonna be chaos. That's how they probably view it. Like, how could we have this event and you got money, you big, but you got money, you big, and you over here and you over here? Like, how could we do that? So that's probably why things be like that. Like, you might look at certain situations where like we got a show at the United Center and they inviting upcoming Chicago artists to perform, and then somebody like Ruger with the GDs and the Doe song, he ain't up there performing. But in a way, you get it because the way things stacked against them is like they probably like, how could we have him here with y'all here? And instead of saying, "Oh, y'all can't be here and you be here," they gonna pick, "Oh, they don't be here and you don't get the invite." So I think that's like where the black ball probably come in at. Like it might it might not even be done on purpose. It might just be like by numbers type thing. I don't know.
Yeah, man. That's not what you want at the show. I feel like it's just, yeah, they kind of got to do it, but no one wants to feel like they've been blackballed. You know, there's a lot of people that sort of complain about that. Whether or not it's always true, I don't know.
But it could always be like different. Like Rolling Loud do it. Like people on Rolling Loud don't always see eye to eye, and they have so many people. I don't know how they pull it off though. They might have you here that day, you here that day, but they pull it off. So it could be done.
Yeah, they
But
must have to
Chicago just
plan
a
it.
place they don't do it.
If Chicago like ever put on like a drill music festival, they could have like all the BDs on Saturday, like all the GDs on Sunday, keep them separate, like a festival. Bro, that'd be fire. If Chicago actually could somehow hold it like a festival and have all the Chicago rappers playing, not any drama, like, bro, I would fly out. Come watch that. Don't
I
think it's gonna
wonder I
happen.
wonder how that'll work though, because imagine everybody gonna be here and everybody know everybody gonna be here in the city.
Yeah, that can't happen.
Like it's one thing when it's a big artist, it's like Dirk and it's at the United Center. Like he probably gonna be good for the most part, but when it's everybody, like somebody gonna find somebody by the end of that show.
Yeah,
Because
bro.
it's hard to it might be easier to control one group of people, but all them different groups of people, all them different hoods, it might not be easy to get everybody on the same page. What it's just business.
So, does the city of Chicago, do they just not let anyone perform, like, drill wise in the city because they know it's going to be a shootout? Or does some people, obviously, if Dirk's playing an arena, obviously, like, that's fine. But, like, the smaller artists, the police just cancel their shows, right? Like, Keith couldn't perform for ages, no?
I think he still can't
Damn.
because they remember they tried to have a hologram
He couldn't
of
even
his. They shut
hologram,
that
right?
down.
Bruh,
Yeah, I'm like,
that's
what's going
crazy.
on? But I don't know. I see a lot of people performing. I don't but maybe I don't know if it's like if they try to take it to a bigger level if they could, but I see a lot of people in the city performing now. Maybe they understand that it could be done or something. But I see people performing. I don't know if other people have issues, but I also don't think people want to perform here every day. Like it's gonna be good. I mean, you're gonna like it because it's your home crowd. It's gonna be a lot of love, but there's also where all your hate at.
Hmm.
So it's like you almost rolling the dice every time, hoping that people just stay stay to where they at and let you work because you got to promote it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, man. I don't know. It's like, it's a crazy. I guess it's like you would want to see people from your city performing, but like you say, yeah, it's like your own city's where a lot of your hate is at. And I don't know. Must be fun to get up and perform though. Like,
I can't see myself doing that, like rapping in front of a big crowd. I seen you rap too. You
oh,
went
you see me
crazy.
rap in the past, man. I want for a minute. That's what I wanted to do, but I'm trying. I want to be in the background. I want to be like in the back, like Chief Keef's on stage, and like I'm just one of those people like on the side of the stage. You know what I'm saying? That's I'd be there, but I don't know.
Yeah,
But
like I'm cool with doing that too, but I ain't never really want to be like on the stage jumping up and down doing all that.
mm, it looks hard, man. It looks
I used to
tiring.
want to rap though.
You did.
Yeah, but I never wanted to be like a rapper for real. For real, it was just like how I started with these interviews. It was just like if it do something, do something. But I ain't really trying to do it. I was doing all type of stuff. But I know one thing: I never seen me doing shows and doing that. Like I ain't even see myself liking to do that for real. I feel like when I was thinking about rap, that's what made me become a cameraman. Like rapping, and then the cameraman saying like, "Is this much for a video?" I'm like, "Dang, that costs a lot. I'm gonna as well buy my own camera and do it." I'm thinking it's easy, and I'm just gonna do it. and that turned into people booking me. I was rapping, they booking me because they seeing what I did. It made me pick up a camera. But what I learned was when I was rapping, I was spending money and not making nothing. And when I became a cameraman, they was spending their money with me. So I'm like, I like this route better. and I was pushing the camera stuff.
I know a few friends. Like I got a few friends that are rappers and like sort of people at different stages of their career. But like I've heard that from a lot of people is it's such a gamble. You got to invest so much money into your own rap career. There's no guarantee it's going to take off. But like you say, like if you're just trying to hustle and make money, if you can be the guy receiving the money, you're in a better spot.
Yeah. But that's what made me what ain't what made me stop rapping, but like I really stopped even caring for it once I seen the other end. I'm like, yeah, I can make money rapping, but how you say it ain't guaranteed. You don't know what's gonna happen. You could be wasting. There's people that been rapping for 8 years, and it took 8 years to get on, or 8 years and they still ain't got on. You got to really be dedicated to something like that.
Yeah, man. It takes like it's crazy. It takes some people. You see them, they're grinding for like 10 years and they just don't get anywhere. But some people still make it after all that time. You know, like they get to that point and it just blows. Like they get that shot.
Yeah, because even music videos, like depending on what cameraman you want to work with, and it's benefits to working with different people. Because if you shoot a video with a certain camera and they got a following, that means your video get pushed in front of more people. So of course that's gonna come with a higher price. So like it costs money because you could be putting on your own channel, and it's a chance that it might pop, and you don't need nobody else's channel. But the easy route, well, it ain't easy because it costs money, but the easy route is to put it on a platform, and if the music is good, people gonna react. Like it's gonna get heard because it's there and people see it. And is I don't know. It's like I kind of learned how to build a rapper in a way, but it's just like the people gotta like it. That's all. But I learned like all you need is a platform and somebody that the people like. Put it on there, it work. Like
Was there a point for you where you feel like you kind of like made that jump from? You said you were making music videos, but like when you started, was there a point you started getting like YouTube checks and you had that realization? You were like, damn, let me just do interviews or like let me like transition to more like making content rather than music videos.
I always felt that way. I never liked editing them,
Mm.
but it was times when I liked shooting videos because sometimes it might be a party scene. There's girls, all type of stuff. Like if it's a good vibe, we downtown. There's a lot of girls. It's like probably four rappers and just a lot of girls. Like it's cool. We partying and we shooting a video, yeah. But like we we in there kicking. I might get somebody number anything. So stuff like that was cool. But then there was situations where it stopped being worth it to me. Even though I'm charging thousands of dollars for these videos, it's good money. That's why it was hard to give up because it's good money. But it become not worth it because it's like I'm going to jail catching gun cases behind this. When if I wasn't doing this, I wouldn't have been in a situation. I would have been somewhere away from this neighborhood, not where the police at, cool and like living. But I'm here and this happened. So I got tired of stuff like that. Situations going south, shootings. It's like it's not. And then, like you say, the YouTube checks always was coming from the beginning, but I noticed like when I start putting more effort into it, it started getting bigger. So I'm like, really don't gotta do this, and I just stopped doing it. Like I might start it back up, but if I do, it's gonna be a different way. Like I'm gonna have a team and have them, just hire people and stamp my name and I direct it or whatever. But I do it that way. But I still want to start back dropping videos. Like I want to be influential with the video scene still too.
Who do you like? Who are you a fan of as far as videos? Obviously, like Cole Bennett's someone people always look up to when it comes to videos. But like, are there people? I mean, there's a lot of like names that you see over and over again in like some of the biggest songs. And when it comes to video directors, but like, who do you like?
Uh, my boy Billy Cout, his video is hard. That's my homie. Uh, Lock of Films, No More Heroes. He be coming up with some hard. things. Of course, like the people in the beginning, like AZ, Gangs, all them, like they legendary cameraman. Who else? A lot of people I really though I could really just say the people I learned from was the people I was around. Like my homies to this day, like Billy, Exclusive, uh CVO. It's like it's a couple of my homies I really learned from them because up until that point I didn't have no friends that did camera. So I was learning from YouTube and just experience. But once I started doing it, started getting a name and networking, I met them. And it was crazy because I had a name, but I didn't know nothing about cameras for real. And people was looking up to me and they didn't even know. I didn't know. Like if you listen to the Vine interview, it sounded like something typing
Mm.
because the lens I had was adjusting. It was some old cheap lens, and I didn't know that I could just bought a more expensive lens and that wouldn't have happened. I didn't know nothing about the camera. The camera was like a $300 camera that had microphones. Like I didn't know none of this. So I could name like bigger names and be like, yeah, I looked up. Well, I ain't gonna say I looked up to them, but this is who I really learned from, like people like them on the quality side when it comes to stepping up the quality. Because when I became a cameraman, I looked at people who spent $1,000, a couple thousands of dollars on lenses. It's crazy. I'm like, why are you buying this glass? Until I seen like when I was asking what they was charging for videos, and then I seen what I was charging for videos, and I'm thinking like the people just don't got the money. It's like, nah, I don't got the quality. And then that's when I found out why I wasn't able to charge that because they got this, they got that. So I want to go get this and that. And then I had to learn how to use it.
You just taught yourself like all that and just was working.
Yeah. I mean, they helped me, but for sure, I'm self-taught. Like, really, YouTube, though.
Mm.
I just used to, whatever question I had, I just looked it up. Like, it was that simple. You just got a question, look it up. It's probably a video about it.
Bro, it's
That's why
great.
I hate when people
Crazy.
be calling me about the simplest things sometimes. I'd be like, man, you could have just looked this up on YouTube, man. People don't be trying. They don't be knowing this stuff out here.
Bro, what is it like? Sometimes people they'd rather just ask someone than just look it up, bro. Like look it up and you'll have it. You'll solve the problem. Like, what are you asking me,
Yeah. I get like if you try to look it up and then you can't understand it, then you need help. But at least try, bro. Like
bro? Like, I feel like people
you
are kind of helpless, bro. They're just like they can't even. They don't even know how to try sometimes.
man, I
I
done
don't know.
learned so many things off YouTube. YouTube, I done learned how to make my career off YouTube and then made YouTube my career. Like all from YouTube is whatever question you got, just look it up. It's gonna be there, and if it ain't there, it's probably gonna be somewhere else on Google,
Mm.
Reddit, somewhere. Just
It's crazy, bro.
gotta look it
Literally,
up.
one website can teach you how to do everything. Can teach you how to make money, make any kind of like creative shit that you want to make. You can learn it all on this one website, and it's nuts, bro.
It's like a college almost.
Bro, it's better. Like that's the thing. I think about all the stuff I learned when I was like in school and college and shit, and like, bro, the stuff I use every day is stuff I be reading on YouTube. It's crazy.
Even books on YouTube, the audio books.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be stealing hella audiobooks on YouTube.
I be doing that when well, I don't do it all the time, but I do every now and then. Like if I'm busy doing something, I just play that through Alexa and let it play.
Yeah, that's good.
Probably fold some clothes or something.
Yeah, bro. That's a good way, man. You know, learn something in your spare time.
They say somebody said they learn how to, yeah, you can learn how to fix cars on YouTube too. For real.
Yeah, that's facts.
I didn't look stuff up. I ain't tried though, but I done looked it up. And then I was like, nah, I'm good.
Bro, nearly everything. Like I'm just like, how do I do this? I just nowadays I don't even think about it. I just straight up YouTube it, and the job's done.
How long you been doing the streams?
Bro, not long, man. I swear this might only be my third or fourth one. Like I'm just doing it once a week at the moment. Um, just kind of like working it out. But you've been going for a little while, right?
Uh, Not super long, but a couple months, yeah.
You enjoying it?
Like, yeah. I ain't
It's
gonna lie. At first, I always wanted to do it. Like I bought my streaming equipment so long ago and never used it. Like probably 2 years ago. Like the I don't even need it now though. My setup I got now, I don't need it. But like what's the capture card?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Elgato, I think, or something.
yeah, the Elgato, that's what it is. I bought that so long ago, but didn't know nothing about streaming and just never used it. But then I seen T Grizzly and I didn't even know what he made off of. I just seen him playing the game and I had grew out of love with playing the game. Like I used to when I was a kid, I almost used to be addicted to the game. I'd be up 12, 20 hours, whatever. Like me and my cousins, we just playing the game on the weekend or during the summer, doing whatever. And when I got older and started caring about different things, I just stopped liking it. So I ain't really care for it. And then I seen T Grizzly and I'm like, this look different. They doing things I ain't never seen on Grand Theft Auto. How you do that? And then I bought it and tried to do it on my PS5 and couldn't do it. When I was streaming, people was in my stream like, bro, this week we not watching this. We thought, where your track hog at? What is that? They like, you need to get a PC. So I looked up the PCs and I'm like, man, I'm not gonna spend up $2,000 on this computer and I don't even like the game. What if I buy this and don't use it? And then I just kept watching the videos. I'm like, no, I'm probably gonna like this. And I bought it thinking like I'm gonna make money off of it anyway. And when I started, I I just liked it. Like I first I was doing it just to make money and just to stream or whatever, and then I actually grew to like it. So that's why I'm trying to focus on building that and making it as big as the interviews because I enjoy that even more. Like you got more freedom to do whatever you want from the house. Like I could go press be right back and go upstairs and go grab some, go downstairs, grab some, whatever. Like I like that.
Yeah, man. No, it's a good move. Like, it's good that you're doing the gaming, and I want to get into some of the gaming. Like, I got a PC. I think I'm in the same situation. Like, I used to be really into gaming just for fun, and then I kind of like got bored of it. But like you say, T Grizzly, like other people that game, like it's just like they make such engaging content, and it's like, yo, you're actually playing a game, but it's kind of interesting. Like,
Yeah,
it's smart, and a lot of these streamers have been blowing up lately. Like, it's a good little side hustle to be in. So I just need to practice and get better at it. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't been doing it for long, but it's fun. Like, this is the first time I've linked up with someone just for a conversation on here. I think it feels a bit more like natural than just talking on your own.
yeah. I think no, this ain't the first time I did it on Twitch. This is the first time I probably did it with another content creator though. Well, I ain't gonna say content creator, but like I did it with a couple of my homies that game and stuff, but like I ain't really did too many content creators. I did interviews this way though.
Yeah, I mean, like I did one interview with Adam like this, like ages ago when it was the pandemic, and it was like, I don't know, it was cool. Like, I feel like I'd love to interview and speak to more people on here, like just as a I never really wanted to do interviews. Like, I always liked making documentaries and like finding facts and like telling stories. But like it's fun to jump on and talk to people and do interviews like remotely without leaving the house. Like it's just like easy.
Yeah, that's why I say I like it, but I don't because I also I like when you sit down with somebody. I like the quality of it. I like how it look better. You get to meet people, talk whatever. But like I like this because it's convenient.
Yeah, man. Like when you go out and meet people, like especially like with your interviews, like you kind of capture their surroundings, like you capture where they're at or whatever, and it's like, you know what I mean? It gives you more of a sense, like a real feel of what's going on, and you're sat there in front of them. But at the same time, like sometimes it's good to just get a Zoom call with someone and just like get a quick piece of content. Like both are really good, but yeah, the interviews are always like the more quality kind of like because really catches like a moment in time when you go and visit someone in their spot, like talk to them face to face.
So that's really why I like doing it that way because you really get to feel people out. And then it's like it'd be moments that you wouldn't even expect to happen. Like it might be something crazy, some viral moment, anything. Like the situation with Vaughn when I walked up and we met in the Popeyes. Like that was funny how it acted out and how it played out. But that
Yeah,
wouldn't happen
that's a
through the
mad
Zoom.
story. And you actually that's like an experience. You know what I mean? Like pulling up on Von in a Popeyes, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, that's mad. But bro, it's been dope talking to you. I'm gonna jump off and get some food in a sec, but like I don't know, man. We should jump on like GTA or something sometime, and I don't know, do some just
For sure.
get some streams popping. Like it's a good little spot. I know, you know, AD from No Jumper. He's on
Yeah.
here. He's gaming now as well. So like, yeah, I got to try and hop on and like shoot some shit with him soon as well.
Yeah, I've been seeing his videos on Instagram. I need to find somebody to make them for me. I know how to do them, but I be having too much going on to be trying to edit this, that. You be doing all your own editing?
I don't do my own editing, but like I do a lot of like I do like some of the assets and stuff like or like clips sometimes, but yeah, I don't be doing my editing. But AD hit me up, like he gave me the details of his guy, so he might be able to hook you up. But because
Oh,
I want to get like a good intro, because AD's intros are crazy, like his little
yeah,
sequences and his animations. Like I need to actually sit down and come up with like a detailed like of what I actually want. But like yeah, I'm hoping AD's guy might be able to hook me up once I've got a plan. But yeah, I wouldn't know how to
so let
do.
me know.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you got my line and my Discord. I be posting when I be streaming. I do it almost every day, so
perfect, man. Yeah, we'll hop on
feel
again
free to hop
soon.
on.
But yeah, it was lit, man. It was great to talk to you. Definitely talks about a lot of interesting stuff.
So appreciate you having me on too, bro.
Anytime, bro. Catch up soon.
All right. Well,
Peace. Right. I'm out of focus. That was lit. Big 16 shot. I'm in the building. Um, Man, I wasn't expecting that. I was originally going to speak to Yuri, but then I wasn't sure if he was around. I don't know if I missed him. That's all good. But appreciate you guys for checking in, man. That was lit. I've wanted to do like an interview link up with somebody on here for ages. We made it happen. Big 16, don't shoot. Big 16 shot and visuals. That was lit. Really enjoyed talking to him. Someone I like a lot. Appreciate you for checking in on the streams, gang. I'm glad that we did this. I'll be back hopefully next week. We'll do another stream. I'll put some more thought into it. King Von video nearly ready. I'm very, very hyped. And yeah, hopefully speak to some more people. I'll practice. I'll get better. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep the streams popping. But anyway, appreciate you, gang. Peace out. I'll see you soon.